Alfred Marshall was a British economist who lived in the late 1800s and early 1900s. He wrote a very important book called Principles of Economics that, honestly, changed how people thought about economics. Before Marshall, economics was a bit messy. Different ideas were floating around and it wasn't always clear how they fit together. Marshall's book brought order to the chaos. He took the best ideas from different thinkers and combined them into a clear system. Principles of Economics became the standard textbook for economics students for many years. Even today it's considered a classic. Why is that? Well, it's because Marshall's ideas about how markets work and how prices are set are still relevant today. Marshall wanted to make economics a useful tool for understanding the real world. He believed that economics should be about people and the choices they make. He also believed that economics should be based on careful observation and analysis. Marshall used simple language and clear examples to explain his ideas. He wanted his book to be accessible to everyone, not just academics. He used diagrams and graphs to make his points, which was pretty new at the time. These visuals, like the supply and demand curves, are still used today to teach basic economics. Marshall believed in combining theory with real-world observation. He thought economics should be a practical tool for understanding how the world works. He encouraged his students to go beyond textbooks and study real businesses and markets by focusing on how individuals make decisions. Marshall helped to make economics more relevant to everyday life. For example, he explained how the price of a product is determined by the interaction of supply and demand. This concept helps us understand why prices go up when something is scarce or why they fall when there's a surplus. One of Marshall's most important contributions was his analysis of supply and demand. He explained that the price of a good is determined by the interaction of these two forces. Demand refers to how much of a good people are willing to buy at different prices. Supply refers to how much of a good producers are willing to sell at different prices. The point where the supply and demand curves intersect is called the equilibrium price. This is the price at which the quantity demanded equals the quantity supplied. Marshall showed that markets tend to move towards equilibrium over time. If the price is too high, there will be a surplus of goods, and producers will lower prices to sell their inventory. If the price is too low, there will be a shortage, and producers will raise prices. Marshall also introduced the concepts of marginal utility and marginal productivity. Marginal utility refers to the additional satisfaction a consumer gets from consuming one more unit of a good. Marginal productivity refers to the additional output a firm can produce by using one more unit of a factor of production, like labor or capital. These concepts are still used today to understand consumer and producer behavior. Marshall understood that time plays a crucial role in economics. He distinguished between the short run and the long run. In the short run, some factors of production are fixed. For example, a firm might not be able to build a new factory overnight. In the long run, all factors of production are variable. This distinction is important because it helps us understand how markets adjust to change. For example, if there is a sudden increase in demand for a product, the price will likely rise in the short run. However, in the long run, new firms may enter the market, increasing supply and bringing the price back down. Marshall's work laid the foundation for modern microeconomics, the study of how individuals and firms make decisions in markets. His insights into supply and demand, marginal analysis, and the role of time are still taught in economics classrooms around the world. His book, Principles of Economics, remains a classic, and his ideas continue to influence economic thinking today. This has been Alfred Marshall's Principles of Economics. Cheers for watching Speed Book Reviews. Please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to our YouTube channel.